Hello and welcome to Learn, Do, Become Radio. I'm April Perry and today I'm talking about building courage to begin again. If you're new here, at Learn, Do, Become, we help people who are overwhelmed by the details of life to create simple systems so they can do what matters most. Have you ever felt like life hit the restart button? And sometimes it's by choice and sometimes not. Maybe it's been a health challenge or a new phase of life or just deep fatigue that makes it hard to finish what you start. Today, I want to share a few stories from our community and talk about how we can keep going when life asks us to begin again. So one of my favorite things is reading emails, comments, or posts from our Learn, Do, Become community members. Since all of my work is virtual and I'm often just looking at a computer, I don't get to see you, but I love hearing from you. Now, sometimes these comments come with the energy of a restart. So one member shared, "Super excited to be here. I'm an elementary teacher, wife, and mother to a 2-year-old and a 5-year-old. I've been in Step Mastery," that's our organization program, "for several years, but started out just implementing a few things here and there. I benefited immensely from what I implemented, but have realized the value of the whole Command Central," that's our system, "in recent years. I've been trying to gain momentum for quite a while now to actually redo the program, but the baby years and some unexpected health challenges kept setting me back. Super excited to try again." So I love that energy of the restart. And sometimes it's a major life transition that brings someone to comment, like this member who said, "I found the STEP program a few years ago. I'm in a new phase of life. Divorce will be finalized this month, and I'm starting up a side passion as well. Anyway, this seems like a good time to restart STEP, so here I am." A third comment was very heartfelt, and I do really appreciate when our members open their hearts. And she said, "I've hit an emotional block to finishing anything, specifically my STEP program. This is about as far as I got 5 years ago, my first time through the program too. It's almost like I'm close to achieving what I've been working toward, and I stop short because I don't know what's ahead. I'm not afraid of success or fearful of the unknown. It kind of feels like I'm fundamentally changing me, and I'm not sure I know how to accept that. I have such exciting future plans that I want to build, and I just can't get there. I've been trying to be really intentional and kind with myself, but I've completely stalled. I'm on the couch, catching up on nothing important, more than I'd like these days." Then she went on to open up about which part of the program she was on and what kinds of things have been happening in her life, and the group offered some support and encouragement. I bring all of these up because there are so many complicated feelings and experiences going on behind the scenes for all of us. And I want to acknowledge them today and offer some hope if you're in the middle of a challenge or a restart as well. For example, in that first community member post I shared, our stepper said these 12 words. "The baby years and some unexpected health challenges kept setting me back." Now, those 12 words are a great way to describe a period of life, but they also hold a lot of untold stories. Perhaps you also know how it feels to desperately want to create order or move forward on necessary projects, but you know you need to put those things on hold because another life or multiple lives depend on you. And when you add health challenges into the equation, it makes it even harder. I know many in our community have spent years dealing with pain and exhaustion, hospital visits, and everything that goes along with that. I've personally been through both the baby years and lots of unexpected health challenges. And I know that getting organized can feel like a mountain ahead of you that you'll never overcome. Sometimes just getting out of bed and feeding everyone and keeping the laundry going can max you out. In the second example I shared, there were 6 words that I want to highlight. They are, "Divorce will be finalized this month." And while divorce is sadly a common occurrence, there's nothing common about the pain that I'm sure she has been going through. Several of my best friends and close family members have gone through divorce, and no matter how amiable they try to make it, the details are never easy, and it takes a lot of bravery to move forward. In the third example I shared, I want to highlight these 19 words. It kind of feels like I'm fundamentally changing me, and I'm not sure I know how to accept that. I feel like this could be its own separate episode because it's true. Anytime we decide we're going to rise above our past challenges and create a future we love, a change has to take place. And when we're going for a true transformation, the changes are not superficial. They are definitely fundamental. There's a common theme in these three messages. They are all moving forward and reaching out for connection and deciding that their futures can be even happier than their pasts. So why am I recording this podcast today? And what message do I want to share with you if you happen to be in a transition point as well? First, I want to send my love. It takes a lot of courage to show up for yourself. And if you're here at Learn, Do, Become, it's because there's something inside that's calling you forward. And you've chosen to answer the call when it would be so easy to ignore it or numb it with distractions. That deserves some major acknowledgement. Second, I want you to know we're here at Learn, Do, Become because we believe in you. We're not professional organizers who come to your house and clean it up for you. And we're not just running a business and trying to sell a bunch of products. We're fellow travelers and friends who want to offer simple tools and systems so you can lift yourself out of the mess or the overwhelm or the indecision that has been paralyzing you. And then you can create a life where you wake up excited and go to bed content. A recent comment came in from Angela on episode 305 of this podcast. So in that episode, Eric and I had a great discussion with Sharon Eubank. She's the author of the book, Doing Small Things with Great Love. And I had mentioned that Eric and I had taken a trip to help build a school in Kenya with an organization called Village Impact. And how that was a big thing, but that most of my work, particularly serving here at Learn, Do, Become, feels like it isn't that big of a deal because it's just so much easier for me than traveling internationally. But then Angela shared this. April, I just wanted to share what I was thinking about as you were wrapping up the podcast. I got to thinking that what you were doing is the step before the school program, etc. You are helping your community to bring order to chaos so that we can go and do the things that God has uniquely gifted us to do. Imagine the impact you are having as you teach us how to build and maintain order. How many projects are actually getting done because of the principles that you teach? How many schools are being built, programs being designed, and lives being changed because of what we have learned? What you are doing is teaching us to fish so that our minds and lives are open to use the skills we have been created with to go and make an impact in the world around us. So for that, thank you. I shared it with Eric. We were standing in the kitchen one day and I handed him my phone and said, read this. And he said, that may have been one of the best comments you've ever received. And I don't say this to pat myself on the back or anything. I just want you to know that the reason that I'm here trying to love you and strengthen you through this online community is because I believe in what you are going to create. I remember how overwhelming my life felt before I built my command central or my step system or whatever you want to call it, my brain. Everyone has their own name for it. I remember feeling so mentally exhausted, so frustrated, and so crazy. I was taking care of all these little children and helping with PTA and serving in my church and working with my husband to navigate a career path that actually worked for our family. And most of my prayers during that time were me simply pleading to God to help me know what to do so I could feel peace, so I could get out of the hole that I felt I was in. so I could actually live with purpose and not be worried about my super long to-do list that never got done and never really solved the deepest problems we were facing. And now that I'm out of that hole and out of that overwhelm, I just can't stand the thought of anyone living in it when I know the way out. I've had to learn to temper myself and to work at a sustainable pace, because I obviously feel this really strongly, and to create systems for all this so my team and I don't burn out. But we're here because we know it's going to make a difference for you, like it has for us. And the third thing that I want to share today are just a few things that you could do right now to start making progress. Now, there are some practical things like getting our welcome kit at learndobecome.com/welcome. That features some simple tutorials and resources that will train you on our STEP system, steps to everyday productivity. But there are some additional thoughts that will hopefully give you a lift today. So one is to lower your expectations. And I know this feels counterintuitive, but for you perfectionists and overachievers, and yes, I can see you through the computer, there is so much power in this. Now, if you actually sat down and recorded everything you're currently expecting of yourself, let's say you typed it out, and then you posted it to social media, and you asked if anyone wanted to take on that job description, would anyone apply? Does that make you laugh? Does that thought even make you laugh? We're often so hard on ourselves, but the truth is that when we expect less of ourselves, we end up with more energy to do the things that actually matter. And I've said over and over again that short lists get done. So please do everything you can to shorten your lists. For example, you likely have 50 projects written down that you're trying to do right now, plus 37 hidden projects that you're doing that you never did write down. So, for example, inside our welcome kit, there's a video training to help you focus your current projects list and just have a few that will serve you the very best. Next idea for today is to work in pre-planned microbursts. Those are 10-minute focused working sessions where you do the very next action related to a project. For the community member mentioned above in my third example, who's having trouble finishing the STEP program, I asked if she'd just read or watched the whole STEP program without implementing it, just so she could wrap her head around the whole thing. And she replied, here's a little quote from her, "That is one of the just do something tasks I'm trying to get done. Just watch, read the modules to see what's ahead. I then find every reason to not do it. My biggest reason is that it's the end of the day and I just don't feel like learning anything else today. That's dumb. What a cop-out." Then I replied, "I don't think that's a cop-out at all. Fatigue is a real thing. What do you think about lowering your expectations and making it easy on yourself? Have your computer already logged in and ready to go and commit to just 10 minutes before wind down time. Or log in from your phone and do 10 minutes of STEP in the bathtub. Something easy so you don't feel like you have to gear up." She then said, "I think you're onto something. Almost like putting your workout gear on so you're all ready to work out whether you want to or not. If I have my laptop open and loaded and at the ready, the first 3 actions are done." So if there's something big that you're putting off right now, or it doesn't even have to be big, but it could be meaningful and multi-step, what is the very next 10-minute task you could do to move that forward? And how could you make it easy to do that? All right, third and last idea for today is to weave a whole new cloth. And I know this one sounds weird, but it's a powerful concept I learned from Shad Helmstedter's book, The Power of Neuroplasticity. Seriously, this is one of my new favorites. I'm going to add it to our Amazon bookstore. But he teaches the science behind positive self-talk. And he shares that when we're building a new version of ourselves by changing the way we think, we aren't just taking a piece of old cloth and fashioning it into something different. We're creating a whole new cloth. And I love this idea. We don't have to carry our old habits, our past mistakes, or our former wiring into our futures. All the pain, resentment, anger, suffering, and trauma can stay in the past. We each get to choose today to tell a different story and to create a life where we can use our unique talents and gifts to bless others. I know that sometimes our humanness feels like such a weight, but I believe that the world has never needed our humanness more. You know that there is good inside you that is just waiting to be unlocked. If you didn't feel that, you wouldn't be here at Learn, Do, Become. Now, our STEP program and our Arise community are here if you want to work with us on a more personal level and get step-by-step training and support and community. Or if you'd prefer to just enjoy our free content and dabble in some of the concepts we teach, that's great too. Just make sure you sign up for the welcome kit, learndobecome.com/welcome. You'll be connected to us, you'll get the kit, and then every week we'll send you new episodes of the podcast and testimonials and fun images from our community and events, resources, all that kind of stuff. We love you. I hope you can feel that. And we are cheering you on. And now to close up, I'm excited to share 3 fun community testimonials. I've really been working to get these out more because they're kind of hidden in my email right now. So I brought 3 of them up, but I'm just going to share. And I'll put them on the show notes page too. So that's learndobecome.com/episode 307. So first one is from Ginger. She said, April's words ring true. I found 2 checks worth about $35 each in one of my piles. This is truly paying for itself. And I'm loving the freedom I'm feeling as the piles dwindle. Thank you so much for all you do for us. Love it, Ginger. So excited for you. The piles hold money. So when you buy a program from us and we teach you how to get out of piles, then it just pays for the program and beyond. All right, next one is from Chrissy. And you have to come to the show notes to see your pictures. They're super cute. So she said, I just finished module 4 of the STEP program. It feels good to have my space clear and organized. Using my computer bag as my temporary mobile command center, use what you've got, right? Excited to incorporate, the rest of the program. But she said, I'm hoping to establish some good habits now that will help when I get back to the chaos of reality. And she shows this before photo, and it's like a bed, there's a dog on the bed, and there's just a bunch of stuff. So it's just like a bed covered with stuff. And then during, she shows, I think it's a bowl of chocolate chips. I'm not sure. Anyway, her nightstand's cleared off. We talk about how we like to eat bowls of chocolate chips when we're doing something. And then she shows the after. And now the dog is still on the bed, but nothing else. And it looks like she's in a hotel. So I think that's what this was about, that she went to a hotel and did all this organizing. Anyway, so cute. So then she shows her afters. And so you just have to come see, because this dog, in the first picture, it's all like curled up because there's no room for it to spread out. And then the last picture of the dog is just having a great time. So anyway, way to go, Chrissy. That just made me smile today. Oh, okay. And then this last one I'm sharing, there's a few different pictures that go with it. But it was just a beautiful testimonial that was sent in from Patty. And she was sharing how she selected her kitchen for her command central. And she even had a fortune cookie. It was really cute. So she shows a before and after. So the first picture, you can see her kitchen area that had a lot of stuff on it, like cups and I think some medicine and I don't know, some extra pens, candles, books, just, how we throw everything on the counter. So she said, but a fitting fortune cookie capped off the weekend. And it says, your life will be peaceful and fulfilling. Oh, so cute. So then she has this lovely after. And then the next picture, it shows a nice desk with a beautiful chair, and there's a lamp on the desk and just a few items. And she said, I did set up my writing desk in my bedroom for journaling, writing, and privacy when I need it for calls, etc. Only my Bible and a notebook are on the desk. No mess on this flat surface allowed. So I love how she created this place for herself. And then the final picture, she says, it's called #ClearTheSpace. We actually have a little resource. It's like the Clear the Space Challenge. It's free. We'll include it on the show notes page. But she said, I did that before setting up. For now, all the folders and goals, routines, current projects, etc. are behind the tickler file on the left, We have videos and stuff explaining what all this is if you need it. So the binder contains my Learn to Become instruction manual for references and cheat notes, and she's got it all put together. So if you just can come to the show notes page, you can feel the energy of our members. And I want to thank all of you for sending in your pictures and for sharing your energy and for being so willing to let us then share it with the rest of the community, because it brings the power of what we're doing here to life. I believe this is a movement. I don't want people to live in overwhelm. I specifically don't want good people, people with good hearts who want to bring love and compassion and service to the world to live in overwhelm, because that's what often happens. But there is so much hope and joy and excitement ahead and growth. And sometimes, once you get out of the overwhelm, then you have to there's like new levels, new devils. You have to deal with maybe the next thing. And sometimes that's hard. But I think it's absolutely worth it. And I want you to wake up excited. And I want you to go to bed content. Thanks for letting me be a part of this with you, be on this journey with you. We love you so much. All right. We'll see you soon. Have an amazing day. And please tell your friends about learndobecome.com.